You don't need another pill. You need to listen. Because if you're a man over 60 and you've quietly felt yourself slipping away, not just your strength, but your identity, your spark, your connection to what makes you feel like a man, this may be the most important video you watch all year. This isn't about performance. It's about presence. It's about not waking up every morning wondering if you're fading into the background. Millions of men over 60 feel the same. They don't talk about it, they just endure it. The slow decline, the heavy mornings, the sense that something inside them is being quietly turned off. But here's the truth. It isn't gone, it's just dormant. And with one small daily change, it can come back. One spoon every morning, backed by science, used by thousands of seniors. This isn't a theory, it's a restoration. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how it works, and more importantly, how to begin. This is more than a tip. It's a daily act of reclaiming power, confidence, masculinity, senior health, and we'll walk through it together, piece by piece, so stay with me. Before we dive in, if you believe in giving your body a second chance, if you believe in senior wisdom and life lessons from the elderly, hit that like button, subscribe for more content about elderly reflections, natural healing, motivation, and you wake up one morning and realize it's not just fatigue anymore, it's the quiet disappearance of your manhood. The firmness you once took for granted, gone. The desire, fading, and no one talks about it. But the real thief isn't just time, it's what's happening inside your body. Your blood vessels are inflamed, your testosterone has slowed to a crawl, and your stress hormones, cortisol especially. Most men think they need medication or injections. But what if the answer was far simpler and more natural? Dr. Alan Mercer, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience, has worked with veterans, seniors, and retired leaders. He shares, "I've seen men at 72, 75, even 79, who thought the door was closed, until they discover how the body, even in old age, can reawaken. It starts with one natural spoon every morning. A simple mix of 3 time-tested ingredients, maca root, ginger, and ashwagandha. And into my office, 68 years old, quiet but clearly burdened. Doc," he said, "I feel like I'm fading out of myself." He wasn't sick. This isn't folklore. These ingredients are backed by scientific literature and elderly wisdom passed down for generations. Dr. Mercer recalls Harold Bennett walked. He wasn't broken, but he was lost. Like many seniors, Harold had been slowly losing touch with his vitality. But within weeks of introducing this simple morning ritual, Harold noticed subtle but powerful shifts. Better sleep, morning energy, and yes, firmer erections. This isn't about reversing time. It's about working with your body, not against it. Maca root, the first ingredient, has been known for centuries in the Peruvian Andes as the male vitality root. It's not a stimulant. It doesn't push your body. It reminds me of what it once knew. Testosterone begins to gently rise. The emotional fog lifts. Maca doesn't just support hormonal balance. It restores a sense of masculine identity, which so many men fear they've lost for good. That spark of masculinity that quietly disappears with age often doesn't need to be reignited with force. It needs the right message, the right rhythm. Taking maca daily is like writing a letter to your body, telling it, "We're not done yet." Ronald Blake, 69, a former police officer, came into Dr. Mercer's office with quiet desperation. "Nothing works, Doc. I don't want to talk about it, I just want to fix it." 3 weeks on the blend, Ronald came back smiling. "Doc, it's back. I didn't expect it to feel this natural." Ginger, the second key, is more than a spice. It's a vasodilator, an anti-inflammatory miracle. Years of stress, sugar, lack of movement, all contribute to hardened arteries and restricted blood flow. Ginger works from the inside to soften, widen, and clear these vessels. It doesn't stimulate, it restores. It gives your body what it's been missing for years: flow. And with better circulation, energy increases, erections return, stamina builds. As Dr. Mercer often says, most men don't need more testosterone. They need better blood. Many seniors notice that as their circulation improves, so does their memory, their mental sharpness, and even their sense of balance. Why? Because blood is life. It nourishes not just your muscles, but your brain, your heart, your emotions. Ginger's effect extends far beyond the bedroom. It revitalizes the entire man. And then there's the quiet destroyer, stress. Cortisol released in small doses is helpful, but chronic cortisol, especially in aging men, is devastating. It suppresses testosterone, weakens sleep, dulls desire. Ashwagandha, the third ingredient, has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years for this exact reason. It calms the nervous system, It tells the body it's safe. It lowers cortisol, evens out blood sugar, and improves sleep. George Franklin, 75, another patient, had been suffering from chronic insomnia and a near-total loss of intimacy. 2 weeks into the blend, he said, "I didn't realize how tense I'd been for years. I feel like I can breathe again." That's what this is about. Breathing again, returning to yourself. Not through drugs or miracles, but through intelligent, ancient, natural support. Ashwagandha doesn't knock you out or sedate you. It restores your body's ability to rest. It brings your nervous system back to its natural rhythm. And when stress is no longer running the show, your testosterone rises, your mood steadies, your desire returns, it all begins to work again naturally. And what's beautiful about this trifecta, maca, ginger, and ashwagandha, is not just what they do individually, but how they work together. Like a symphony, one boosts testosterone gently, one clears the path for blood flow, and one calms the mind so the rest can function. Most supplements aim at one system. This blend activates all three systems that a man needs for strength, desire, and confidence. Hormones, circulation, and emotional calm. Seniors who try this blend often don't just report firmer erections. They feel seen again. They feel awake. The comments we get aren't just, "I feel stronger," but "I feel like myself again." And that's something no pill can give you. This isn't about performance enhancement. It's about identity reclamation. Who you were never left. He was just waiting for the right support. In the next part, we'll walk through the exact preparation method of the blend, how to make it part of your daily rhythm, and the realistic timeline of results. From day 1 to week 4, the results may begin quietly, but for the men who stick with it, they come steadily. Stay with me. The transformation is just beginning. So how do you actually bring this powerful ritual into your life? It's simpler than you think, but the simplicity is what makes it sustainable. Remember, the goal isn't just to try something. It's to create a quiet daily rhythm that slowly and gently calls your body back to life. You're not fixing something broken. You're nourishing something neglected. Here's how to begin. In a clean bowl, combine 1 tablespoon of maca powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger powder, and 1 tablespoon of ashwagandha powder. Mix well until fully blended. Then store this blend in a glass jar with a tight lid. Place it in your refrigerator to keep it fresh and potent. Each morning before your first full meal, take 1 heaping spoonful. You can mix it with warm water, lemon water, or unsweetened almond milk. Some seniors prefer stirring it into plain yogurt. The taste isn't the point. The commitment is. That moment each morning becomes more than a habit. It becomes a declaration. To yourself, to your health, and to your future. Let's talk about what to expect. Week 1 is often subtle. Most men don't feel a sexual shift immediately. Instead, they report something quieter, slightly deeper sleep, a clearer head, fewer early morning aches. There's a lifting of heaviness, a sense of steadiness. That's your nervous system beginning to trust again. Week 2 often brings more tangible shifts. You may notice better mobility. More importantly, desire begins to stir again. You may find yourself noticing your partner more, feeling a quiet energy return. It's not artificial or forced. It's your body responding to balance. By week 3, many men report waking with morning erections again. They feel firmer, more in control. Confidence creeps back in, not through bravado, but through presence. They start to stand taller, speak more clearly, even smile. Their bodies begin to feel like theirs again. By week 4, the effects become part of who you are. The blend doesn't feel like a thing you take. It becomes part of your identity, part of your morning. That daily spoon is now a quiet cornerstone of your self-care. Imagine that. A simple act, stirring 3 powders together, taking a moment before breakfast, and yet it shifts your chemistry, your emotional energy, your relationship with aging itself. Many men begin to reflect not just on physical change, but on the emotional awakening that comes with it. "I started this to fix my problem in bed," one 75-year-old wrote. "But what I found was a version of myself I hadn't seen in years." The blend doesn't just restore biology, it restores belief in yourself, in the idea that your best years aren't gone. They're just waiting for the right rhythm to return. The emotional impact can't be understated. One senior shared how after 3 weeks on the blend, he held his wife's hand in bed for the first time in years. "It wasn't about sex," he said. "It was about intimacy, about feeling connected, like the man she married." Another wrote, "I've started talking to my kids more, sharing things from my past. I think I was closed off because I didn't feel like myself. Now I do." This is what true senior health and vitality look like. Not just physical improvements, but a reopening of the emotional self. A readiness to connect, to reflect. These are the life lessons from the elderly that no supplement bottle can explain. You have to feel them, and you will. The second month brings a sense of integration. You no longer wonder if it's working, you start to expect it. Your body has remembered, your systems are synced, testosterone rising, blood flowing, mind calm. Now here's the deeper truth that unfolds by month 2. Your morning spoon has become a psychological anchor. It tells your brain we're healing. Many senior men report that just the act of making their blend, the quiet, mindful moment in the kitchen, sets the tone for the rest of their day. This routine gives purpose. It reintroduces control and intention, which can feel elusive in later years. We're not just reversing symptoms, we're writing narratives. The story of decline becomes the story of awakening. And as the weeks unfold, new habits often spring up naturally. Men begin walking more, talking more, dressing with care again. Even posture changes. That slight hunch from fatigue begins to straighten. The eyes get brighter, not because of a miracle, but because balance has returned from the inside out. The science backs it up. Maca supports natural testosterone production. No synthetic hormones, just awakening what your body already knows how to do. Ginger improves vascular health, helping blood move smoothly, supporting not just erections, but heart health too. And ashwagandha? It re-teaches your nervous system how to relax, dropping cortisol and lifting the mood. Together, they don't just improve one system, they harmonize them all. And when your systems are in harmony, you don't just perform better, you live better. A retired teacher named Frank, 71, said, "I didn't realize how tense I'd been until I wasn't anymore. My wife said I smile in my sleep now." That's what this journey is about. By now, you're not asking, is it working? You're asking, why didn't I do this sooner? And that's a good sign, because healing, as we've said, is not a lightning bolt. It's a sunrise, subtle, steady, and undeniable. You begin to trust your body again. And that trust? It's the root of senior confidence, emotional stability, and real masculine presence. Coming up in the final part of this video, how to protect this progress, how to deepen your results, and how to build a life around senior vitality that lasts for decades to come. You've made it to this point, and that means something. It means you're not just interested in short-term fixes. You're here for something deeper, real, lasting change. The kind of change that doesn't fade after a few weeks, but grows stronger with time. Because this journey isn't just about having firmer eruptions. It's about reclaiming your identity, restoring your energy, and rebuilding your confidence as a man over 60. Let's talk now about how to protect the results you've started to feel. You've taken that first step. The morning spoon is now part of your rhythm. Maybe you're already noticing the shift, clearer mornings, warmer connection, that flicker of energy you thought was gone. So how do we hold on to that? How do we make this your new normal? It starts with consistency. Every powerful habit starts small, but becomes a foundation. The daily blend, maca, ginger, and I still have strength to give. Don't skip it. Don't let travel, mood, or fatigue interrupt it. Because the body listens to what you do consistently. And if you show up every morning, your body will meet you halfway. But beyond the spoon, let's look at what else shapes your strength. Let's begin with something often underestimated, how you sleep. Men over 60 often treat sleep as optional, but it's not. Testosterone regenerates during deep sleep, stress levels normalize during the night, blood vessels repair. If you want to keep that firm, responsive energy, protect your sleep like your vitality depends on it. Because it does. Create a nightly wind-down routine. No screens 1 hour before bed. Try magnesium or calming teas. Let your nervous system know it's safe to rest. Because a rested man is a powerful man. Next, think about how your body moves each day. Because movement is medicine. You don't need to lift heavy or run marathons. A 30-minute walk, gentle yoga, tai chi, simple movement keeps your blood flowing, joints loose, and hormones balanced. Remember Robert from earlier? After 3 weeks of taking the blend and adding a daily walk, he told me, "I feel 10 years younger." Not because of a walk alone, but because of who stepped. Another pillar of long-term strength lies on your plate. What you feed your body, what you eat after 60 affects everything. Blood pressure, circulation, hormone levels, sleep. Choose foods that support this blend. Leafy greens, berries, fatty fish, nuts, seeds. Avoid the foods that sabotage you silently. Too much sugar, processed carbs, alcohol. Not because they're evil, but because your body deserves better now. You've made it to this chapter, make it your strongest one. But it's not just food and movement, it's connection. Emotional energy is often overlooked, but vital. Confidence is about more than biology, it's emotional. Men over 60 often withdraw. They stop reaching out, stop being seen. But loneliness is a killer. It hijacks your hormones, weakens immunity, steals sleep. Reconnect, reach out to an old friend, join a local group, volunteer. Confidence grows in connection. And guess what? Your sexual energy, it thrives on emotional energy too. And perhaps most powerful of all, purpose, that quiet fire that gives meaning to your days. What gets you out of bed in the morning? If the answer is nothing, your body feels that. Seniors who live longest and strongest have purpose. A reason to show up, a project, a relationship, a mission. Whether it's mentoring young people, gardening, writing, learning something new, give your energy somewhere to go. Your body will reward you for it. Now let's talk about those quiet changes you may begin to notice if you stay on track. As we move into weeks 5 through 8, something subtle yet powerful begins to take root. The shift solidifies. You may now wake up more often with firmness. Not always, but frequently. Your partner may comment that you seem more engaged, more present. Your posture may shift. Why? Because confidence changes how you carry yourself. Men tell me, I feel taller, like I'm not shrinking into the background anymore. That's not a fantasy. That's testosterone plus restored circulation plus a calm nervous system. The true trifecta of male strength. Then, somewhere around weeks 9 to 12, you'll notice a change in perspective. Because it no longer feels like a miracle, it becomes your new baseline. At this point, most men don't think about the blended. They just do it. Like brushing teeth, the real transformation now is subtle. You don't dread nights with your partner. You don't second-guess your ability. You feel ready and physically, and you begin to see this not as a cure, but a choice. You chose to return, to rebuild, to believe again. By the time you reach month 4 and beyond, something remarkable happens. The habit becomes fully integrated into your life. The blend is now a part of your life. You may tweak it, add cinnamon or beetroot powder. You may pair it with strength training or therapy. But at the heart of it, you know, this works because you worked. And now this is your story. Not one of decline, but of quiet, undeniable rise. Gentlemen, aging doesn't rob you of power. Giving up does, and you haven't given up. Not even close. You've shown up, you've stirred your spoon, you've taken your first steps back towards strength. So now ask yourself, what else is possible? Because this isn't just about the body, it's about the man you become when you remember what's still inside you. And the best part, you're not doing this alone. Thousands of men, from veterans to retired teachers, from grandfathers to newlyweds, have walked this same road. And they're not walking in shame, they're walking in strength. Let this be your road too. Because the comeback? If you've made it this far, it means one thing. You're ready to show up for yourself, ready to reclaim your vitality, and ready to stop settling for a life that feels like it's fading. What you've heard today isn't just about a blend. This journey begins with one spoon, but where it takes you is entirely up to you. Will you keep going? Will you share this with another senior who needs to hear it? Will you wake up tomorrow, open your fridge, take your spoon and say, this is for me? If this video touched something in you, if it reminded you of what's possible, hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel for more real stories, proven tips, and daily motivation rooted in elderly wisdom and lived experience. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching from today? I want to know which part of the world this message is reaching. Let's build this community together. A place where senior men reclaim their voice, their health, and their place in the world. Because you're not done. Yes, just getting started.